Most of us spend a huge part of our lives working to accumulate wealth. With that, there comes a need to preserve wealth, not only for enjoyment, but for future generations. And that's why estate planning is so important. The AFJ Law Group YouTube channel has several videos discussing various estate planning documents that, no pun intended, may be more valuable to your personal estate than others. So I hope you check those out after this video. This video is going to discuss 3 commonly asked questions about estate planning and its importance. Let's get into it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm attorney Alexis Johnson of AFJ Law Group PLLC. And I think most of us think about the future and want to ensure that we leave our loved ones in a safe and secure place when we pass. The COVID-19 pandemic has made that even more a reality. That's why estate planning can be a great tool to accomplish that goal. But I think sometimes people get overwhelmed by the process and even some of the terminology, because if you didn't go to law school, you may have never heard of some of these terms. So let's discuss 3 questions that I frequently receive about the basics of estate planning. What is probate? Likely you've heard from attorneys, financial advisors, maybe even your own friends and family warning you about avoiding probate. But what does that mean? What is probate and why do we want to avoid it? Well, probate is simply the process through which the court determines how to distribute your property after you die. Some assets are distributed to heirs by the court, and these assets will be known as probate assets, whereas other assets bypass the court's process and are distributed directly to your beneficiaries, and these are known as non-probate assets. So when we're talking about avoiding probate, that means where you have tools in place where you've designated beneficiaries. So it avoids the probate process because the court doesn't have to come in to determine where your property should go. You've already designated that through either a trust, a will, or some sort of estate planning document that doesn't require the court to intervene. I already designated beneficiaries on my life insurance and retirement funds. Do I really need to do more? Often, when you start a new job, one of the forms you'll fill out with HR is called a Beneficiary Designation form. And this allows you to name a beneficiary to receive the proceeds of a specific asset upon your death. These forms are routinely used for life insurance policies or retirement accounts like a 401k or a Roth IRA, or your bank may even have you fill one out for your checking or savings account. These are a great start to the estate planning process, but by no means do they complete it. And that's because these forms only cover the specific asset that they reference. So your 401k beneficiary designation form is only going to cover your 401k. It's not going to take into account any real property you own, like your home, and it's also not going to take into account any personal property that you own, like your vehicle or any family heirlooms. So it's really important to have additional estate planning documents in place, especially if you want to avoid probate like we just talked about. The other thing that I want to note about these forms is that they often can become outdated. If you've been working at your job for 20 years, your life may be very different from when you first started. And this can be due to things like divorce or having children. And so you want to make sure that you're revisiting these beneficiary designation forms to make sure that they are accurate and reflect the beneficiaries that you want. Do I really need a lawyer? Google search will show thousands of templates for purchase and boast that the estate planning process is really straightforward and easy. Templates can be great in many industries, but I don't recommend it for estate planning for several reasons. First, there are a lot of laws involved in the estate planning process, from property rights to taxation, and you want to make sure that your estate planning documents comply with all local laws, because if it doesn't, your family will be left battling it out in probate, which is going to be way more costly than hiring an attorney up front to prepare estate planning documents. The second reason why I discourage the use of templates is because templates can't give legal advice, and likely your estate is going to look differently than your neighbors. You're going to have questions about things that are important to you and about assets that you want to protect. Working with a lawyer will ensure that you'll get those questions answered and they'll be addressed in a tailored estate plan for you. So I hope that this video has been helpful as you navigate the estate planning process. Please feel free to reach out. My team is ready to help. We can be reached at afjlawgroup.com. Also, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can continue to receive informative legal videos like this one. Thank you for checking out this video.